All right, we're going to take one more minute and then we'll get started with introductions and everything. Okay, we'll get started. So good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our 2023 PGA Junior League webinar with Frank Maynard III. Before I hand it off to Frank, I just wanted to introduce myself for those of you who I have not met. My name is Mia Hayasaki, and I am the PGA Reach Carolinas coordinator. I began this position this past November, and I started off with this section as the 5th Sonny Harris Hutchinson PGA Works Fellow, which started last May. And a little bit about me, I grew up in Illinois. I attended the University of Illinois and received my degree in organizational psychology. And then the past 8 months, I've just been here and enjoying my time supporting our 3 pillars and coordinating our different programs. Other things before we begin, I'm going to send in a Google form. If you can, please follow the link and put in your first and last name and then your PGA member ID just so we can get your PDR credits. And then other things, please make sure that you're on mute throughout the presentation, and if you can also have your camera off. That way we have the best possible connection during Frank's presentation. And then we'll also just hold off questions until the end. We'll have plenty of time once we get there. Now I will pass it off to Frank, our newly appointed PGA player engagement consultant, to introduce himself and begin our PGA Junior League webinar.
Thanks, Mia. Appreciate that. As I'm going along today, just like Mia said, if you all have any questions, just jot those down or just keep those in your mind, and I'll leave plenty of time at the end for Q&A. But appreciate you all, putting the mic on mute and turning the video off for the best possible experience here. But I'm going to run through some basics on PGA Junior League for the season, just like Mia did. My name's Frank Maynard. I'm the new player engagement consultant for the Carolinas PGA. I'm excited to be here and to be supportive of you and your facilities. I've been in the Carolinas here, being a PGA member for the last 19 years. The last 20 plus years, I was at UNC Findlay Golf Course in Chapel Hill, most recently as the head golf professional. So we ran PGA Junior League. We hosted drive, chip, and putts. We did family golf. We did a lot of programming there. So I'm really excited to be in this new role. And I know a lot of you, which is great. But I'm looking forward to meeting those of you that I don't know and to help you and your facilities going forward. Mia, as I'm going along here, if you have any questions or input or anything, just let me know. But I'm going to go ahead and start this presentation. All right, great. So I can't see you all, but hopefully you can see my screen and go from there. Mia, all good?
Frank, unfortunately, I cannot see the presentation.
Oh, hold on. There we go. Whoops. Hold on. There we go. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Oops.
Perfect.
Let's try that.
Yep, looks good.
All right, here we go. Take 2. So I know, again, a lot of you have done this program before, PGA Junior League, the flagship program for the PGA, and some of you have not and are interested in it, which is great. I hear from a lot of PGA professionals and LPGA professionals who do the program that it's great for them and their facility. I hear a lot of people talk about how, I'm not sure if I can do it. I'm not sure if it's worth my time and my effort. Talking this past week in Orlando at the PGA show with a lot of my counterparts all around the country, this has been a common theme about people and coaches becoming a PGA Junior League millionaire or multi-thousandaire. So it's a great opportunity for you as a coach to gain programming and to gain more people at your facility and keep them engaged and having a good time. All right, what we're going to cover today, we're going to go over some PGA Junior League basics, the difference between an in-house and a multi-facility league. We're going to talk about coach registration. For those of you that have signed up, great. If not, where do we sign up? What's the program going to look like? Talk about the coaching fee, as well as the game changer fee, the $99 game changer fee. Player registration, which goes live tonight at midnight or tomorrow, February 1st, which is really exciting. How do we market that program and the events around it? How do we invite our players? I'm going to go over scholarships briefly, and then talk about the postseason or the championship season. And then I'll go over some the new conditions of play for 2023. For those of you that did programming last year in 22, there were quite a few changes with a new website and so forth. This year in 23, not as many updates, which is great. We'll be able to settle in a little bit. But that's what we're going to do today. And right now, I just want to take a quick activity and think of your two favorite coaches. Maybe it was when you were younger and picking up the game, or maybe it's now as an adult and we do something that we have a coach for. But just take a minute and think of your two favorite coaches, whether it be in golf or in another facet of life. And we'll go from there. All right, what makes those two people your favorite coaches? Okay, why do you still remember them? I have two excellent coaches, awesome coaches that I remember from my younger days of playing golf. Harold Webb and Bill Johnson. They were my coaches. I worked for them. They were instrumental in me, getting in the game of golf and learning it. Okay, so hopefully you have those two quick thinking coaches that came to your mind, and the goal is for you to be able to do that for your junior league players or your kids that you're teaching. That would be the goal. So you can inspire them. You can teach them the ways of playing this game, and as you're coaching them, get them excited about the game and subsequently getting their family involved with the game. So great opportunity there. Hopefully you jotted those two coaches down, and you can think about that and utilize that as you're going through your programming through the year. All right, PGA Junior League format. Again, for those of you that maybe haven't played it before or understand the program, it's a two-person scramble, okay? One team versus another team. For the 13U division, we're playing 8 players versus 8 players. For the 17U division, it's 6 versus 6. So we've either got 3 or 4 pairs playing against one another in a game, and then those pairs against one another are playing the match. And then it's broken down even further into 3-hole segments we call flags. A great best practice that I've seen from coaches here in the Carolinas is when you register and you get your team kit and you get the roll of the flags. Actually, when your parents are doing the scoring with those younger people out there on the golf course, give those scorers the flags themselves, the physical flags. And after 3 holes, if one team wins a flag, give them the physical flag, peel it off there and give it to the players, so they have something there. So those kids, as most of you know, they love keeping track of things and they love having physical things. So I've seen some coaches give those flags out to the scorers, and the scorers give it to the kids, and maybe they'll put it on their scorecard, or maybe they'll put it on their bag tag, or some have sort of created a little sheet for the players to keep track of the flags, which is a really neat idea, and the kids really do enjoy that. But that's going to be a snapshot of the format that we're playing. In the local league level, most people would play match play. That's sort of what we call the recommendation. And it's a great way for some newer golfers and or experienced golfers to play. You can give some putts, you can pick up if needed. Triple bogey max is generally the rule, but match play is going to be the general way that most facilities play it. But if you're an in-house league and or you're talking to the other coaches and you want to play stroke play, you can definitely do that. When we get to the postseason, we do play a stroke play format. Okay, so something to sort of think about as we're progressing. And I do know some facilities that will play stroke play and match play, depending on who they're playing with and the level of play of your players. This is one of my favorite slides that was shared with me with another fellow player engagement consultant from another part of the country. Depending on your junior league program, your players might look like the pitcher on the left, they might look like the pitcher on the right, or you might have a combination thereof. You might have some folks like the pitcher on the left there, the newer golfers, the younger golfers just smiling, giggling, ready to go and get it, which is excellent. And then you might have some players like the pitcher on the right. It's more the all-star team, the more experienced golfers, and you might have a combination thereof. But the goal is for these younger people, these boys and girls, to continue to have fun, and you as a coach get to do that, and it's a wonderful thing to inspire them. So just keep in mind that your program can look like your players and whatever it is that you make it up to be. All right, league formation. So player registration goes live tomorrow, February 1st, and then between then and March 10th, you're going to have the opportunity for your players to register, and they'll keep registering after that if you desire, but March 10th is going to be the date that Mia at the section there and myself will figure out leagues and figure out whom you're going to be playing with. And you've got an opportunity to be in an in-house league if you've got 24 or more players, or in a multi-facility league. So multi-facility is maybe you've got 10, 12 players or upwards of almost 24, and you're going to be playing with other facilities around you, other golf professionals and coaches around you, which is a neat opportunity there. If you've got one or two teams, if you've got 24 or more players and you want to be an in-house league, that's a great way to keep everything at your facility. All the practices, all the matches, all the programming there. You set your own schedule. You have 100% autonomy about what you're doing, which is really a neat thing there. I do hear regularly from coaches and from players and from players' parents that, I like to play other places. I don't want to play the same place all the time. That's an understandable comment. A lot of good high-level in-house facilities, best practices they'll do will be to have an in-house league where everything's at your facility, but you'll also play a home and away scrimmage with another club down the road. Maybe they have an in-house league as well, or maybe you've got a great relationship with another golf professional 15, 30, 45 minutes away, and you're good to have a home and away with. Some facilities here in the Carolinas have utilized that for an extra way to play around a golf or to play a home and away to get away from your facility. Again, someone you've got a good relationship with and has a program. You don't have to take all your players. Maybe it's just a team or two, or maybe it's all your players. It just depends. The ability to do that as well. All right, I'm going to go over sort of the timeline of the season. So I already mentioned player registration is going to start February 1st, which is really neat. March 10th, the last day for programs to be published, and for me and I to start the process of putting the multi-facility leagues together. If you had a program last year, we will do everything we can to keep you in the same sort of pod or same league. Some facilities gain more teams. Some facilities maybe don't have a program. So it's always a constant ebb and flow. But March 10th is the day that you need to have your program published for us to look at your facility and match you up. And then by the 15th of March, Mia will send out an email with your league that you're in and the other golf professionals that you'll be playing with. And at that point, you can communicate with one another and set the schedule as far as the matches. But before that, you can have everything done for your facility as far as practice schedule, when you're going to meet, what your program is going to look like. The only sort of question mark there would be until the 15th is sort of exactly how many teams you're going to have in your pod and when you're going to play those matches. Me and I will also be happy to jump on a call and help you, if you're in a multi-facility league, sort of figure out when the matches are going to be and where they're going to be. We have heard from many golf professionals that they've done this before and they don't need any assistance, but if you do, me and I are definitely there to assist. Okay. April 1st, earliest regular season start date. A lot of you, talking to you gentlemen and ladies, start maybe after that, but April 1st would be the earliest you could start after having the league formations by the 15th. Okay. May 1st, the earliest all-star play day team formation. And I'll go into that a little bit more, what an all-star play day is. That debuted last year in 2022, was pretty underutilized countrywide, but hopefully it's going to be a great way for you to be able to play other facilities and formulate a path to the postseason. Okay. July 12th is going to be when you need to submit your rosters to me at the section for the All-Stars for the postseason. Okay. And then the postseason dates, once we get to mid-July, we're still trying to narrow in on a location for the Charlotte postseason qualifier, likely on the 17th. We've got Bermuda Run on the 19th. In the Triangle, July 24th, Bentwin's Golf and Country Club, and then July 31st, Columbia Country Club in South Carolina. So on that email that Mia will send out on March 15th, it will tell you which postseason qualifier you'd be on based on your region and where you are. Okay. And then the teams that advance out of the postseason qualifiers will go to the August section championship. We're still narrowing in on a location and a date for that. The last couple of years, it's been in the Pinehurst area, but still trying to wrangle that down. And then the regional championship will be September 1 through 3, and still looking for a location there, either in the Carolinas, Georgia, or Tennessee, which is our region for Junior League. And then for the first time, the PGA Junior League National Championship, 13U National Championship, will be at PGA Frisco at the new PGA headquarters, October 3rd through 8th. I was there in December to see the golf courses and see the facility and the new hotel coming up, which is excellent. So it's really going to be an awesome venue. The last number of years it's been in at Greyhawk in Arizona. And I'd be remiss not to mention Brent Renault and his facility down in Charlotte, being the reigning national champions. So from last year, which is awesome. So neat to see that path to the national championship and then to the winner circle there. For the first time, there will be a 17U national championship. For some of you that do know, that last year went to the postseason, but it stopped in advance of the national championship. This year, there will be a 17U national championship, still narrowing in from the headquarters there as far as the date and the location, but that will be released shortly. All right, I did mention briefly play days. So last year, this debuted as an additional way to get to the postseason. So you can still do your normal path of playing the regular season, going to the qualifier, getting to the sectional and the regional, and then the national championship. But last year, the PGA Junior League debuted all-star play days. So now it allows coaches a new additional championship season, if you will, to get to the regional, to bypass the sectional championship. So as of May 1st, you can go ahead and you can form your own all-star play day groups within your pod there, and 8 players if it's a 13U, 6 players if it's a 17U, and you can play against other facilities. You basically just go on the website there and you create an all-star play day, and maybe it's got to be at least 2 teams. Maybe it's 2 teams, maybe it's 4 teams. You set the number of holes. It's got to be at least 9 holes. 9 holes is one game, if you will. It could be 18 holes. And for the 13U, the low 3 aggregate scores will count into the regional leaderboard. And that's with the Carolinas, Georgia, and Tennessee. And at the end of the regional leaderboard, by August 18th, the top 3 teams will advance to that regional. So there could be teams that qualify through the section championship as well as the all-star play days. But it's another pathway. I'm happy to explain this more. I've had quite a few conversations with golf professionals in person and on the phone about this. Information also on the website, but it's a neat new pathway to get to the postseason. And it can happen during your regular season. You don't have to wait till the end. All right. So for those of you that have signed up for PGA Junior League as a coach, it opened up November 1st last year. That's great. You're ahead of the game. You got things signed up. You get your programs published, ready for players to sign up as of tomorrow, which is great. If you haven't registered as a coach, if you're interested in it, scan this QR code. That'll take you right to pgajuniorleague.com, pjjrleague.com, and that'll get you to sign up for coaching. You do your abuse prevention training, you do your background screening, and then you can go right in there and publish your program and figure out how things are going to go, and hopefully get plenty of players for your season. Okay. I'm going to talk about pricing of your program in a minute, but I did want to just highlight some numbers, if you will. The Carolinas PGA ranked 4th last year in the nation in player registration. We had just over 3,000 players, which is excellent. Okay. We were second in the number of facilities. We had 125 facilities last year in the Carolinas take part in PGA Junior League, only behind the New England section, which had another 25 more than we did. And then here's a number that's really interesting to sort of think about. In the Carolinas, forgetting about the game changer fee, the $99 fee that goes to the PGA for the jerseys and all that stuff, in the Carolinas, the PGA coaches, you all, took in over $515,000 in coaching fees. Okay. So I mentioned in the beginning, being a PGA Junior League millionaire, multi-thousandaire. That's great revenue for you as a coach, for your assistant coaches, and then going to the facility as well. The incremental revenue there is awesome. So the Carolina section continues to lead and do great things. All right. This is a question that I get. If it's not every time I talk to a coach or potential coach, it comes up regularly. What is the pricing of the program? What does my season look like? So if you haven't done so already, you need to think about, what your program's going to look like. Are you going to have a weekly practice? Are you going to have, your matches? And again, that's the one wild card, is just the number of matches you might have. But, 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 matches, depending on the number of teams in your pod. Are you going to play them one time? Are you going to play a home and away? And then just thinking about, the amount of time that you're going to spend, 60-minute practices, 90-minute practices. Are you going to play your 9-hole matches? Are they going to be a shotgun start, modified shotgun, and play at a more rapid pace, getting everyone started and finishing at the same time? Is it going to be a tee time start? So just thinking about that. Some facilities and some coaches will have anywhere from a 6 or 7 week program, which you can definitely do. Some facilities will do upwards of a 10 or 12 week program. And that's where the fee structure really changes for your coaching fee. Okay. So I talked about the numbers a little bit there. The national average last year for 2022, the coaching fee was $233. So nationwide. So $233 going to the coach, the $99 game changer fee going to the PGA for the jerseys and the backpack and all the fun swag that the kids will get. Here in the Carolinas, we were a little bit under the national average with the coaching fee. We were at $196. Okay. So there's 2 ways to think about that. Either PGA Junior League is tied to another programming that you do. Maybe it's an academy or some sort of programming, which you already have your players and your coaches, your parents pay a fee, which is great. And maybe that is the reason the fee is down a little bit under the national average. Or I also hear this quite regularly too. I'm not sure if I can charge $235 or $250 or $300, whatever it is, above that national average. And for those of you that have kids or teach juniors and they play other sports, or their siblings play other sports, for volleyball and swimming and baseball and basketball, all these other sports, those parents are paying a fair amount of money to have them participate. And regularly, it's not taught by a professional like us, the PGA professional, right? Or LPGA professional. So you got to really think about what's your time and energy and how much you're spending putting this program on, and you want to get paid to make it worth your while and to have a great experience for everyone. So think about that when you're pricing your program. I would hesitate from you just to put down $200 or whatever it is. You got to really think about your time and energy and when you're going to have this programming throughout the year. I really enjoy this slide. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So if you're thinking about starting PGA Junior League or you haven't started yet and you want to do it, jump right in. And I'm happy to help you. Me at the section will help you. But it's a great opportunity to grow the game, to get more players at your facility, to make you more valuable, and for you to make more money at the facility yourself. It's just a great opportunity. So if you're thinking about getting started, I'm happy to assist you in any way you can, but it will be a wonderful program for you and your facility. All right, how are you going to market this program? How are you going to get it going? Once you register as a coach, get your program published, you've got that code that you're going to have that you're going to be able to share with the parents, which is great. A lot of facilities will host a kickoff event in the beginning of the year to welcome the parents, to welcome the players, but really trying to utilize the people that are at your facility. Maybe it's clinic programs, maybe it's camps, maybe it's other things that you do. But those kids are looking for, and the parents are looking for other opportunities to grow and to play and to get on the golf course, right? I mean, how many times do we have clinics and programming and things that we do on the practice facility, which is great. But being able to have those young people on the golf course playing, they've got their jerseys. As of last year was the first year they're going to have their names on it versus the team name. So we've got their favorite number, whatever that might be. So really a neat opportunity to get out there. The one thing I will say to you that I hear regularly, and we got feedback from the Life 360 summaries last year, is that the parents are looking for two things. They're looking for feedback they're looking for forethought as far as the schedule. They want to know what's going on practice-wise, match-wise. We're talking January 31st now, but parents are talking about June, July, August. They're trying to plan family trips. So they would really want to know what's going on, when it's going on, and how they can plan accordingly. So having a descriptive information there on your program when you register as a coach and publish that program, when your practices are going to be. Are you going to be on the golf course for the practice? Is it going to be predominantly on the range? Whatever it might be, but just as much description as you can put on there, and you just continue to be communicative with them. So maybe you send them a message every Monday, sort of tell them what's going to go on this week. This is what we did last week, but just continue to communicate with them. That's a great best practices that I've heard from other golf professionals. Okay. As you're going along, if you have any questions, trying to get the program started, a parent's giving you a question or two, reach out to me. I'm happy to assist you. But also the my.pga.com's got a great resource center. If I don't know an answer to one of your questions, I'm going there to troubleshoot, put it in there, get some good information. But that's a great way to start and/or to reach out to me. So your parents are signing up as of tomorrow for the season, which is great. And again, you can start practicing and playing as we get further into the spring, but for the next month or so, they're going to start registering. And we're in a unique situation here where a lot of us in this part of the country are playing golf. A lot of people up north and maybe out west are maybe not doing so. So their season might start later, but as far as parents signing up, you've got that unique code when you registered. It's on the bottom of the email there. It's also when you log into PGAJuniorLeague.com, it's in your profile there. I'm happy to find it for you and share it with you as well. But that's a great opportunity to send it out to your email blasts, your programming lists, put it on social media. Parents can also go on PGAJuniorLeague.com and plug in a zip code in a 5-mile radius or 50-mile radius, whatever it might be, and they're going to see programs. Okay, so if your program is public, which means anyone can sign up for it, they'll see that and they can register right there if you've done all the screenings and you've gotten everything figured out. If you're paying online, you're getting paid online through Stripe, and you've got your bank account information there. They'll pay right there if you want them to do that. You'll get paid via that bank account within 48 hours, which is excellent. If you choose to have them pay offline and pay you cash, check, or credit card at your facility or part of another program, you can definitely do that too. But that's a great thing that parents will immediately be able to find you and sign up. If you've got a closed program or private, you have an access code on your email that you would share with your parents as well if you've got a private club or a facility that just limits who you can have in your programming. All right, I want to go over scholarships real quick. Last year, the PGA awarded over 3,000 scholarships to one of these two different forms. So that's a way that continues to gain access for people to come to your facility and play. There's two different types of scholarships. There's a financial assistance scholarships. So anyone, any player who's on a free or reduced lunch at school, or any extenuating circumstances, loss of employment, medical bills, there's really no hard and fast rule there, but it's a great opportunity for your player and the parents to be able to utilize your facility. For the financial assistance scholarship, the game changer fee, the $99 fee that goes to the PGA, is covered by the PGA. And then you as the coach receive $150. Okay. So that means if your coaching fee is $150, you get $150 right then and there, which is great. Now, if your program's $300 or $400, you're still only going to get up to $150. Okay. And then there's a military scholarship. Participants qualify if they have a child of active duty, retired reserve members of the military family. So, and that's the case, the game changer fee is covered again by the PGA, and the coaching fee is paid by the parents as normal. Okay. So if you are in an area, or you get some questions about people looking for scholarships or an opportunity there, just reach out to me, shoot me an email or a message, or call me, and I will provide information to you to fill out. And that goes to PGA headquarters, and some great people down there at headquarters in Texas will get into you and get some information to you as far as a code that you'll provide to these parents. Okay. That's a great resource for parents and for players to be able to play the game, play your programming, and utilize the scholarships. All right. I'm going to go over briefly the 23 updates, which again, there weren't that many of them based on last year being 2022, where we did have some pretty big updates with the new website changing over from Sports Engine, which hopefully people are enjoying. It's much more user-friendly, much easier to use, the new app. But so 23 doesn't have as many changes. Okay. But one of the biggest is the roster changes. So in years past, once you set your roster for All-Stars, the postseason, it was set and it was done. Now you've got the ability to change that. As you can see here, players can be removed from the roster and they'll be eligible to return. There are some timelines there, but definitely an update from that, and you don't have to set your roster, and it cannot be changed at all. So that's a new update this year. There's an update on what is an active player. Okay. All-star players must be a member of your Game Changer Club, and they've got to participate on the team. So they've got to be able to utilize, take part in your programming, practices, matches, stuff like that, to make sure that they're an active player. And then there's information on the updated conduct information, just like we all do. We're golf professionals. We're held to a very high standard. We do things above water, and we do things great. So this is just an update that wasn't in the conditions of competition before, and the national committee put it on there. So again, just an update to the 23 conditions of competition. Every engagement opens the opportunity for your next engagement. That sounds like something we think about and see every day at the golf course or your facility, right? You know, when you invite someone in through a program or to play, you're utilizing youth on course, you're having other programming, you've got the first tee program at your facility. Every time you open the door, there's a great opportunity for someone else to come out and play, whether it's that junior golfer or that adult golfer again, and bring the parents to enjoy. So PGA Junior League is just a flagship program for the PGA, and just a wonderful opportunity for these players to continue to utilize your facility, spend more money, have you be the person who is the wisdom wise person at the golf course as far as a golf professional. And I'll go into this briefly after, but Junior League is really, it's the program that most people understand is what the PGA does. There are many other programs there, and I'll highlight those, but Junior League is a great way to get everyone started there. All right, I'm going to go over just the player engagement line of products that we have. And you can see here, PGA Junior League is almost smack dab in the middle there, right? So it starts at the drive, chip, and putt on the far left. So if you're someone who's like a all-star golf professional like Brock Elder, who was hosted a drive, chip, and putt at his facility last year, Forest Oaks did a great job. 100 plus kids had a great time there. That's where it starts. And then it works all the way up to family golf, which last year was called, PGA Family Cup. So, and everywhere in between, PGA camps, opportunity for the PGA to take all your administrative work out of your camps. So if you've got 20 kids or 200 kids, it's a great opportunity to take a look at and see if that's something that might benefit you at your facility, right? I hear this, if not daily, multiple times a week. I don't have a lot of people. I don't have a lot of time. I don't have this. PGA Camps is a way for the PGA to take care of all the admin work, all the sign up, registration, and you focus on your coaching at your facility. Okay. And then we've got PGA Junior League, which hopefully I did a good job there explaining what we're doing and talking about the season. But that's, again, sort of right in the middle of the program as we go up from younger to older. The PGA just initiated and started the National High School Golf Association, which for the last couple of years, the national championship has been in Pinehurst in the summertime, which is great. This summer, for the first time, it's going to be at the new headquarters in Frisco, Texas, the boys and girls championship in the summer. Right now, that's invitation only, and the information's on the website there as far as how someone can be invited to that and get into that program, either as an individual or as a team. Okay, the hopes of that program is to continue to grow that more than just the one boys and girls event. And then the PGA, again, going down the life cycle here, the National Collegiate Club Golf Association. So not only are there varsity golf teams, quite a few of them here in the Carolinas, but there's also a collegiate club golf association that the PGA has and has started and will continue to promote and get these younger people who are not playing varsity college golf, but they want to compete. So they had the national championship December last year out in Las Vegas to have the Collegiate Club Golf Association, which was a roaring success and really a neat programming as these juniors are continuing to get up in age into adulthood. And then we've got PGA Team Golf, which used to be known as Next Gen. For those of you golf professionals that are familiar with that, maybe hosted a Next Gen event at your facility. They have city tour events that are in about 25 different markets in the country, two of which are Charlotte and Raleigh. So it's basically a team golf championship. It's a two-person championship. There's different formats of scramble or best ball. And the PGA Team Golf National Championship was at Sea Island last month in December. So again, the life cycle moving along. And then we go to PGA Family Golf, which some of you I know here in the Carolinas have had a program in the last year. PGA Family Cup last year it was called, and the transition to family golf. They had a great presentation at the show last week about family golf, and I'm happy to share that with some of you if you're interested in that. But as a PGA Junior League coach, you've got this similar programming there. There's a small registration fee, and then you can have a format of a 9-hole scramble, 9-hole best ball, alternate shot, whatever you want. And new for this year, PGA Family Golf will have a national championship as well. So really some neat things going on. PGA Junior League, not only the 13U National Championship at Frisco, there'll be a 17U National Championship. And then this year there will be a PGA Family Golf National Championship. Okay, so those are the 7 product lines of the player engagement suite of projects for the PGA. And then we also have got, talking to golf professionals, PGA Coach. I had a couple of great seminars I went to last week down on the show with Will Robbins talking about PGA Coach, how it sort of helps you guide your programming. If you're doing PGA Junior League, you've got the messaging platform there. You've got a great opportunity for training through ADM. If you're ADM certified and you've got your profile up there, you can continue that pathway of learning all the way to Modern Coach with Will Robbins. If you haven't seen that, just take a look at pga.coach and take a look at the all the training and stuff on there. It's free. So the big thing at the show I was talking to golf professionals with last week is that they're paying hundreds of dollars for scheduling and taking payments, and PGA coaches free to you, the golf professional. So it's really a neat opportunity. And of course, we wouldn't be able to do this without our sections. Carolina section is one of, if not the best section in the country out of the 41. It's definitely the largest, but the team, me and everyone do a great job. So we're fortunate to have them. But that's the suite of products that the PGA offers, and hopefully you're familiar with that and you've got a chance to utilize these programs. And again, I'm happy to assist you in any way possible. All right, I'm going to take questions. If this is in the wrong order here, but if you have any questions throughout the season as you're going along, definitely go ahead and reach out to me. Shoot me an email, call, text, whatever you want to do. I'm happy to assist you. And then also, if you go to the PGA Junior League website, the intercom button there's a couple of folks that work at headquarters down at the PGA that they are within an hour, they'll get you an answer to your question. If it's about something technological or something about programming or scheduling or whatever it is, but you can also reach out to me as well. All right. But yeah, I'm happy to take some questions. I left plenty of time. That was good. Let me exit this. All right. All right. So hopefully that was helpful, informative. If you have any questions. All right. First question. What if you cannot sign up? Oop, I just lost that. Hold on. What if you cannot sign up for 24 players for an in-house league? Okay, Dan. So if you don't have 24 players, if you've got 8 players minimum, right? 8 players, you've got 4 two-person teams. You can definitely do that. And myself and Mia will formulate and get you into a league, depending on where you are. So that's the neat thing about it is you don't have to have any more than 8 players. If you've got 8 players, 16 players, 20 players, whatever it might be, you can get that team. And this number can be adjusted too, right? If you think you're only going to have 12 players, but you have 12 players sign up pretty quickly and you want to open it up to more players, you can do that. Maybe you go to and have 2 teams, or maybe you just have 1 team. But yeah, if you don't have a full 24 players for an in-house league, Mia and myself will get you set up with other teams. Any other questions? I'm in a rural area that cannot travel. Yeah, I mean that's Dan, that's a good question, and I've heard this quite a bit in the last week. Depending on where you are, there might be some times where a 30 or 45-minute drive is the closest team around you. In that case, I would ask your fellow golf professionals, is there an area is there a facility, a driving range, a non-green grass facility where they can get some players and maybe play at your facility? That's definitely something that's been thought outside the box to do that. But trying to recruit players is one of the best ways to do it. And then also you're trying to recruit coaches, right? To try and make it fun for everyone. So it's not as helpful if you've got one team and the next team away is, I'm just going to say 100 miles. That's a long way to travel, right? So you're trying to get players for your facility and your team, and then you're also trying to get other golf professionals around you, because the more the merrier. The more teams you're able to play, the more players, the more fun it's going to be. Any other questions? And feel free to unmute yourself and ask, or you can throw it in the chat, whatever you want to do. You're welcome, Dan. Yeah, sure. Mia, any questions from your end? Anything I missed there?
I don't think so. A lot of great information. Thank you, Frank. But I'm going to send in the chat again the Google form link. If you have not done so already, please follow that and submit your first and last name and PGA member ID so that we can get you your PDR credits. But other than that, just a reminder that player registration opens tomorrow. So if you have not done so already, please register your program so that families and their children can get started with the 2023 season. And yeah, if you have any questions after this webinar, please feel free to email or call Frank or I, and we would be very happy to help you with anything.
Yeah, exactly. And I will say last year in 2022, so we've got a big section, right? We got a large section, most golf professionals in the country, over 2,000. We had 125 facilities last year in the Carolinas that had a PGA Junior League program. So pretty awesome, great. This year so far, we've got over 50 programs or 50 facilities registered with programs. So we're halfway there, and we're looking for that same number and trying to grow it. But you know, looking at the last number of years back, there are some facilities that register their programs in February or even March. And again, you can continue to do that just to get down to the cycle of playing in the postseason and the All-Stars. That's where you just need to have those times done. But you could still register a program in March and April. And again, we're talking about the spring or the summer season here with the All-Stars. The beauty of the $99 game changer fee is you charge that, your parents and the players are going to pay that one time, just the one-time $99 game changer fee, and then that covers their shirts and their stuff. You could have another program in late summer. I know some golf professionals that do this in the Carolinas and other parts of the country. They'll do the spring summer program, and then they'll do another program late summer, and then they'll do a fall program too. And again, here we're playing golf 10 or 11 or 12 months a year, depending on how you think about it. It's a great opportunity, and they won't have to pay that game changer fee again if they've already paid it once. Okay. So if you've got a facility and you're in the mountains or you're down on the coast, and if they've paid it one time, if the family has paid it one time, they won't be paying it again. Now, they won't get any more shirts or anything like that, but that $99 fee is just paid one time. So that was the reason that the fee went from $75 to $99 last year, because it's just a one-time fee, and then you set the coaching fee, whatever it might be. So if you want to do a 4-week late summer program, you want to do a 4 or 8-week fall program, you can utilize PGA Junior League as your ability to do that and play your matches, have your practices, and go from there. So again, another opportunity to leverage PGA Junior League for you and your facility. Go ahead, Bob.
Hey, Frank, how are you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. Thank you for being here.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here. Quick question in regards to the $99 fee. I know you paid one time, you get your jerseys, but if kids have a growth spurt and they have to have new jerseys from the springtime until when we do it again in the fall, is that covered under that fee, or is there additional fee the parents have to pay?
That is a great question, and I will let you know that that's been talked about. And my understanding is this year, because we haven't ordered the first-time jerseys yet, right? This year, there's been talks about replacement jerseys and or different size jerseys, or if someone wants another jersey. So I'm going to make a note, and I'm going to get back to you. But in previous years, my understanding is there hasn't been a fee paid by the player or the parent, but I think that is changing, I think, this year. So I think there is a replacement jersey cost, whether it be lost or damaged or something like that. So let me double check on that, and I'll get back to you. But that's a good question.
Do you have any other questions for Frank?
Any other questions? And if you don't want to ask it here, you want to reach out to me afterwards or set up a time to call, I'm happy to do that too. But
yeah,
hopefully that was helpful. And I appreciate that. And I hope everybody has a great season. If you're registered as a coach, great. If you need any assistance, let me know. Excited to see those programs pop up. And the first day of PGA Junior League registration is always one of my most favorite days. And you start seeing those emails pop through, and you start getting those players and sort of figuring out who's on your team. And it's really it's a great day. I've always enjoyed it, so it's really neat.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Frank. For everyone, thank you all for joining us today. I'm going to send out a follow-up email. I'll attach the PDF of the presentation so you can look back at that, and then also the recording of this webinar. But we'll give you back a few minutes of your day, and have a great one.
Okay. Thanks, Mia. Thanks for everybody. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.